but also to members of our community who might not otherwise be encouraged to dream big. Our 501c3 nonprofit, Rev Academy, is an out-of-school program serving North Minneapolis that provides thousands of middle and high school students with pathways to digital careers. To create marketable talent, the program couples immersive curriculum with relevant professional experiences obtained through student-run businesses. To date, they have served over 2,000 students, of which over 90% are diverse and over 80% are on the free or reduced lunch program. So Rev Academy is an amazing component of the work done by Rev Consulting. And do we have representatives from Rev here tonight? Yeah, great. If you guys want to come up. So while Kristen and Brad are coming up here, I want to acknowledge the fact that Rev was chosen by the Jefferson Awards Foundation to not only win the award tonight here locally, but to also be recognized nationally at a Jefferson Awards National Ceremony in Washington, D.C. happening this June. So I'm looking forward to having them join me at that amazing event when we get around to summertime. So let me get your award.
Well, I think we want to start by congratulating everyone who's here tonight. It's really inspiring. It's especially inspiring to see the work that students are doing. It's amazing that you're able to kind of do your schoolwork and still give back in the community and doing it in such a profound way. So we know that the future's in good hands. We want to thank Tom and the committee. I think it's really powerful to be recognized in any state, in a state like Minnesota that's known for philanthropy. I think we're especially humbled to be selected, so thank you. As Tom mentioned, when we started the organization, we both left corporate careers and with big companies, great roles, and I think when you do something crazy like that, you want to run towards something, and we really ran towards this idea of creating an organization that stood for something that was really deep and meaningful. And so that's where the vision of turning the great work of consulting came, and really focusing on impacting lives, both of our team members, but in the community that we worked in. So we're based in North Minneapolis. Our team members are very much involved. They're encouraged to give back. They have amazing skills like many of the other organizations here, and they're able to give back. One of our Rev Academy team members, Andrew Koch, is here as well. And we're in the same building. We have the opportunity every day to interact with these students and to try to share a little bit of what we do professionally with them as they kind of march on their career. We're really excited. After 4 years, actually, we added another 1,000 students. And so it's been over 3,000 students. And we get particularly excited for that day when the students are now starting to enter college who have been in our program, and as they enter the workforce and they start to transform the Minnesota landscape and start new businesses and enter into great companies here. I think that's what makes us most excited. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your night, and thank you again.
All right, congratulations again to Rev Consulting and Rev Academy. I think we're doing pretty good. I know we're getting close to our time, and we have 2 more things we want to get to. I do want to invite in a second the students from both Shakopee and Blaine to chat a little bit and tell you about the work they're doing through our Students in Action program. But before we get to that, I want to give a special recognition to a partner that we've been working with, the Jefferson Awards in our youth program for a couple of years now, and that's the Minnesota Vikings. And the Vikings not only have been great partners because they have had representatives, players come out and visit the schools that have won our food drives, but we've even had players come out and serve on the committee to help determine which Students in Action school gets to go to Washington, D.C. every year. And the gentleman who I work with to help make that happen is Brad Madsen. Brad, if you want to come up here. Brad has actually served on that panel as well to help choose which schools from the Students in Action program deserve to be recognized nationally. So I want to give a special recognition to Brad and the Vikings. I have an award for you, but thank you so much for everything you've been doing, and I hope we can continue to work together.
Thanks, Tom. I appreciate that. Anytime an award's available, I'll always show up. And see my friends from Shakopee there who had a chance to have our assembly with Chad Greenway and Anthony Barr and the great works you do. I'd also like to salute Blaine, and had a chance to judge in the past and look forward to doing it again. And it's just so inspiring to see the young leaders and what you're doing. And really, when our players get a chance to interact with you, you're helping show them the way too, because they live in an unreal world. So when we're winning, everybody's telling them how great they are when we're pumping gas or putting gas in their cars. When we're losing, talk radio can get them beat up a little bit. But they come out, they get a chance to see your energy, helping out folks that need a lift up, and it makes them realize the platform they have with the NFL. So I'd like to salute the young people. Also like to thank all the corporate sponsors that are helping out, and thank you, Tom. Tom's been a great friend over the years too.
All right, and thanks again, Brad, and everything the Vikings do. All right, to close out the evening, I want to invite representatives from both Shakopee and Blaine High Schools to come up and share a little bit about how they participate in our third youth program of the Jefferson Award. So you've heard about Globe Changers, Mandy Simon, Maria Keller, and potentially Jenny Wynn soon. You've heard about Lead 360, how we activate youth ideas all across the country. But I want to allow the students to tell you directly what Students in Action, our third program, is all about and how it has impacted them. So if you guys want to, whoever wants to talk from your group, come on up and join me. And while they're coming up, I'll tell you a little bit about this banner over here that's hanging up. At the end of each school year, we have what we call our Students in Action Spring Competition. The students from each school give a presentation on what they've learned, what kind of service they've had, what kind of impact they've made on the community. We have a panel of judges, as I mentioned. Brad served on that panel a few times, and the schools all get scored, and they can earn either a bronze, silver, or gold level banner for their school to showcase that they care about service. They are a Jefferson Awards leadership school. This was the bronze banner from 2015. But the schools this year, they'll be competing for hopefully a gold level banner for 2016. Both Shakopee and Blaine competed last year, 2015. They were both gold level banners last year. They actually came in first and second place. Shakopee won, and I have to tell you, it was the closest scoring it has ever been. It's a range of 1 to 100, and Shakopee beat Blaine by 1/10 of 1 point last year. So it was incredibly close. Now, the cool thing is, that was Shakopee's second time winning the competition, which means that they now become what we call an ambassador school for Students in Action. So they no longer compete on the local level against other Minnesota Students in Action teams. They're now going to be competing against other schools from across the country who have also made it to that ambassador level. So I wish you guys luck in that. And Blaine, you were the top scoring school other than Shakopee last year, so I expect you guys to do very similar work this year. But let me hand it off, and so you guys can talk just a little bit about what Students in Action is and how you've done it at your school.
Good afternoon, I'm Hannah. Our Blaine Students in Action Club consists of 25 leaders, ranging from 9th to 12th grade, and we come together once a week. And we, for half an hour, and we talk about how we can change the world. Our group splits into smaller groups depending on your interest, some including elderly, elementary schools, and animals. Every Monday we meet in our school library to bounce new ideas of volunteering off our fellow peers in both large and small groups.
As an SIA group, we come up with different volunteer projects that not only impact our local community, but also our world. For our local projects, we made tie blankets for cats at the Humane Society, raked leaves for the elderly, painted nails, and played bingo at assisted living homes, hosted a clothing drive for homeless youth, and a food drive to give food to local food shelves, as well as our high school's very own pantry called Tiger Takeout, and that's just the beginning.
Globally, we have taken the initiative to build a school in Sierra Leone. In order to raise $10,000, the amount which is needed to build a school, we need our second annual Teacher Survivor, a modified version of the TV show Survivor. With our goal setting, which is a common practice in our Students in Action group, we decided to try and earn $2,500 to help reach our halfway mark of $5,000. We concluded the fundraising by raising over $4,500. With our total fundraising for the year, we've made over $77,000, and we're still hoping to reach our goal by the end of this school year. If you would like to help give children in Sierra Leone the opportunity to education, there is a donation box next to the card making station. Any and all donations would be greatly appreciated.
We have done countless projects over the past several months and have spread our work of service out to many organizations. We have all of our eyes have been opened in contribution to our service and helpfulness around our community. Many of the individuals of our group have noticed personal changes that include more positive outlooks on youth service, better acceptance of others, and an overall increase in optimism after entering a school from a school that didn't offer this type of club. We have all worked tirelessly to help our community grow, but little have we realized that we have grown with it as well.
Students in Action has changed Blaine High School drastically. Since SAA offers an accepting environment in regards to students and their concepts, members are able to grow their ideas